we hear it all the time how there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in our town. Well, there are lots of fun things to do, and maybe you've done some before.
It's the No Bummer Summer Challenge, an area young people can enjoy it thanks to the Heartland Community Foundation. I'm Becky Kiser, Hays Post Eagle Radio News reporter. I'm talking with Executive Director Sara Meitner on this episode of the Hays Post Podcast.
Our group over in Waukene had this idea in May to come up with a list of challenge tasks that they could put forward in their community and encourage maybe teenagers. They were thinking of the teens, but also kids of all ages to get off their screens, get outside and do something fun. And so we came up with the No Bummer Summer Challenge. There are 44 tasks on the challenge. That's 2 pages.
Wow.
So the first part of it are tasks that you can do anywhere. Things like, well, we should have put a raspberry beret on it, but things like hanging upside down in 3 different places in town, or getting a elected official to do a TikTok dance with you. I keep wondering, I'm waiting for someone to send me that one.
Oh, fun.
Or there's just a variety of fun things that you can do, some by yourself, some with friends, but you can do anywhere. So that's the first part. And then the second part are 23 tasks that are getting them out to places that the Heartland Community Foundation has granted to in the past. We keep saying that your summer is sweeter here in the Heartland thanks to Heartland grant dollars, because we've granted to so many different things. Mm-hmm. You've probably been somewhere that was the recipient of a grant and you don't even realize it. And so we wanted to point people in the direction of places that we've granted to so that they'll maybe make that connection, but also get out and experience our community, because there's a lot of fun things to do if you maybe get a little creative and take a little bit of initiative. So that's what we're trying to get people to do.
I think that is so fantastic. And this idea coming from young people who sometimes get the reputation of not really wanting to do too much during the summer and kind of sit on the couch and look at their
so
screens.
Excited.
So that's great.
And a group of girls sat together working on some ideas to come up with places. We, of course, helped them with also the places that we've granted to. But the places that we've granted to, you might be surprised. We've granted to, like, go to a Larks game. Who doesn't love a Larks game? Well, we helped grant to the new fencing and the new gate that you go through when you enter the field facility there, or go out to Cedar Bluff. We granted over $12,000 to put in new picnic tables. So we said, go out to Cedar Bluff and take a picnic. Well, you maybe want to swim or fish or something while you're out there too, but that's another one. Or we've granted to a lot of bleachers and dugouts at local baseball fields in all 3 of our counties. So we put one as just go to a local youth baseball game, because we've granted to so many dugouts and benches. But there's such a variety on there that, even if you're not a baseball fan or fishing or something, or even that outdoorsy, there's a lot to do. And we just want people to get out and do some stuff.
So with that large of a number of things to do, where is the list?
How's this working? Okay, you can find it on our website, heartlandcommunityfoundation.org. It's also on our Facebook page. The way to play is to just do a challenge and then text a picture to a special number. We worked with Next Tech Wireless, very gracious to set up a special phone number for us, 785-639-2003. Text the picture with your name and hometown, and you'll be entered into a drawing. So we're keeping track. Every day I go through those, and Next Tech Wireless put up some prizes. We also have some gift cards. So we'll draw winners in each county and contact them by text, because we'll have their phone number, and reward our winners for getting out and having a no bummer summer.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
And right? That's what we thought.
You can win a prize for having fun. It doesn't get much better than that.
Well, we just, we hear it all the time how there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do in our town. Well, there are lots of fun things to do. And maybe you've done some before. You've probably been to the Arc Park before, the Arc Park splash pad. But we put play tag. And so that in there. And so maybe that gives you something else a little bit different to try and visit a place you've already been, because there are a lot of fun places in our community, and you just need to get out and explore a little bit.
And it helps drive home the idea of how Heartland Community Foundation is involved in
granted a lot
in the community, and thanks to so many volunteers and contributors.
I feel like the summer contribution in terms of grant dollars rivals what we give maybe to schools and education. And so it is astounding how much that's out there that we are as a community taking advantage of in the summertime that was benefited by Heartland dollars. And, those are the funds that when you hear me coming around at Match Month, we're fundraising during the month of February to help grow that granting pool. It's because we're granting out of it to projects like this, projects that you and your family and your parents and your grandparents and your neighbors are out enjoying. And that's what the mission of the Community Foundation is to do, to make our community better, to strengthen our nonprofits, to be here for its members. And this is just one other little way to maybe connect those dots and show people.
To be here now, enjoy it now, and in the future. And that's one of the things we wanted to talk about. You have had some new fund incentives through the Hansen Foundation.
We do. Hansen Foundation gives us a lot of support. And I know I've said this before, but their goal really is to have a mini Hansen in every county. So we, as the Community Foundation serving 3 counties, we get that benefit in triplicate because we get it per county. But this is something that they do for all of the community foundations in Northwest Kansas. We call it the Magic Corner. You're in the Magic Corner if you're in the Dane G. Hansen, catchment, their area. But what they did is they really wanted to incentivize new funds. So we manage over 80 charitable funds at the Community Foundation. And those are maybe set up by a business or an individual or an organization itself. We have a lot of different fund types. And there might be something that could help you or your neighbor meet a charitable goal. So this new fund incentive, if you open a new fund with a minimum of $2,000 to get it open, Hansen will put $2,000 in as well. And they gave us 10 of those for 3 years. So we get 10 in 2025, 2026, and 2027 per county. But in Ellis County, I only have 2 left. We've already had finished the paperwork on 4 more in development. That only leaves 2. So if this is something and you live in Ellis County and you were thinking you'd like to take advantage of, or you've already seen it, reach out, because if not, you might be waiting until 2026. Yes. Or you can open it at any time, of course, too, without an incentive. But it is a little sweeter when they will put in some dollars to help your endowment grow. So what I was talking about earlier with you was some of these funds that we have had set up are leaving designated gifts to local organizations. So what does that mean? That just means that they're setting aside endowment dollars that's going to make an annual distribution to some of our local organizations, including the library. We have one that we're working on that will leave a designated gift to them. Big Brothers, Big Sisters. I have 2 right now that are working on gifts for Ellis County 4-H. So this is a way that you can give to the organizations that matter to you in a sustainable way. Because what's going to happen is even after these individuals have passed, we will be here to continue making that gift in their name to the organization that they asked us to give to. And so it's a tremendous way to leave a legacy, to maybe honor a loved one or carry on a family name or teach young children about giving, get them involved and be part of the process. And it helps give sustainable income to these organizations that are really busy doing their mission. And sometimes fundraising is hard to do because they're really busy trying to do their mission. So now we're going to go in and give them an annual check that comes out of these funds. So it's just so cool. And it makes me feel so good about my job and the good people in our community.
Don't you?
I do. I have the best job. I tell everybody that. So yeah, reach out, heartland@gscf.org anytime if you want to talk about a fund, how to set one up, what are the fund types. I know it sounds confusing, but I really try to make it as easy as I can.
You can explain it in
I try to.
You do a good
job. Sometimes I draw pictures.
There you go. That works too.